it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Our Kind of People, this new show that is really burning up the TV sets all over America. That's right. It's season 1, episode 3, Hot Links and Red Drinks. Now, I was waiting to see some hot links and some red drinks. I was thinking the hot links might be sausage or something. Hot dogs, I don't know. And I ain't seen no red drinks, some little tropical drinks or something. But if anybody knows why they gave it that title, because usually I listen out to shows to see why they gave certain titles, but I don't know what it is. So if anybody heard it mentioned and know why, please put that down in the comment section. Let me know who said it or mentioned it so I could go back and check it out. Anyway, so before we get started, I'd like to really give a big shout out to all my subscribers, those of you who came over from my other channel, and those of you who have been supporting me on this channel the whole time, which is June BLC. So thank you so much, and I look forward to giving you more great content going forward. Now, if you have not subscribed to Barbie J's channel, please take a moment and subscribe now, right down here, right down there. Subscribe to June BLC. That's right. So, anyway, do that for me. I'm begging, I'm asking. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by, let's see, before Christmas. How about that? Maybe I could reach 1,000 subscribers before Christmas. Y'all think I could do that? Y'all think y'all can help me by sharing my video, commenting and liking, sharing? I hope so, because that is what I'm going to need to get there, and a lot of prayer from everybody. Anyhow, let's see what else is going on. Okay, so it starts off with Angela. She having this bad dream, or bad like a it seemed like it was a happy dream until her mother went away, and she was dancing with her mom and stuff, and they was getting it in, they family dance, and then all the people came and blocked her, so her mother went away. And she said she can't, when she woke up in the morning and talked to her auntie, she told her, oh, excuse me, she told her that she can't get over her mama selling her. But like she said, it was only for, what was it? Was it 3 months or something like that? It was. I don't know. But anyway, so they seem to be big. It was more than 3 months, right? But anyway, and in this episode, it seems like everybody's big on Juneteenth, which is, hey, that's a great, I thought that was great, this episode, how they talked about Juneteenth and everything, and taught people, anybody who was watching who doesn't know about it should know about it now. They gave a lot of explanations of a lot of different things and cultural stuff for us people. And I felt very uplifted in this episode. Yes, I did. And I got a couple of laughs in this episode. And I'll let you know at those moments when I just was like, oh, no, she did not. But okay, so what else? We see she's nervous about having to do her presentation to the board, the Franklin Holdings board that day. That was that day. And she was like hoping to ace it because she wants to get in there and try to get information about what really happened with her mama. Okay, so then it flips over to Laura. She gets out of jail. She's in the car talking to her dad. They get out and everything. And she's telling her father, how much she likes girls and how she loves Taylor, how much she loves her. She can't believe she lied on her like that. And, he says, I could tell that your relationship with her is like very special or important to you. She said, it is, Daddy. I love her. I love her. So he listened and he said, and I love you. But he never commented or gave his opinion on anything. And then, so they go see the mama, and mama she's saying about this Rose thing, why Nana Rose is never there, So he said, let's go ask your mother why she's never there. So she's talking to her, and Leah's on her, this, that, and that. I love her. I couldn't even sleep knowing that you were away, locked up in that terrible, terrible place and stuff. And so she's like, okay, but then it's like, why isn't Nana Rose here? And she didn't want to tell her the truth, but later on she finally tells her what was going on with her Nana Rose and why but shoot, don't you take your kids to see her? Don't they see their grandmother? That's on both parents. I ain't talking about just Leah, Raymond. You need to. My father made sure we went to see his mother just about every week. And my mother, on Sundays, we used to go like after church or something. We always, but both of my grandmothers lived close by each other, so that was really cool. That made it easy. We could go see both grandmothers. And anyway, this ain't about my grandma. Oh, what else? There was something. So when Leah's on her daughter, and he's like, look, 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 because the brother said, "Ooh, look who got emancipated." She said, "Is that a Juneteenth joke?" That's like Laura said, and I said that was cute. And so the father told Leah, "Look, at some point you need to realize what you're saying. The way you're doing things is not working, so you need to let it go or something like that." He said, "The issue is I listened to her, and you too busy pushing. You push too much." He told her. So she was like, "Oh, excuse me. But he was telling her anyway. He also tells her that she might want to get ready today or something like that. I don't know. He was telling her that not Leah, Angela's coming to present for the incubator program at Franklin Holdings. And she was like, "What? You gave her interview?" He said, "Yes. Is that a problem?" She's like, "No, oh, no, no, no." He said, "Then you better get ready." I don't know how early in the morning that was, but Leah seemed to be really ready with all these slides. Click it, click it, click it. Angela gave her pitch, and Leah, you knew she was gonna be the first one tearing her down. I was like, "Dag, Leah, that's your sister, and you know it's your sister, and not even if it's not a blood sister, that's your sister. That's what I'm talking about, right, y'all? That's her sister." So I'm like, okay, fine. She gonna be funky, but no good comes from stuff like that. And so she's so busy trying to pull her down and telling her she need to change the look on that picture. And she's like, "That's my mother's face, and the rat packaging, that's the problem, and all of this stuff." And she just don't want to see that mother's face because that's who her father was messing with to have this baby. So Leah has a real problem with that. And she called it ghetto swap meat, like the packaging. And she corrects her, not corrects her. Angela checks her in front of everybody. That's right, in the board. And I'm like, why would you call her stuff ghetto swap meat in front of these white people and stuff? I just like, come on, sister. Anyway. So she said, Angela broke it down about swap meets and how much money um they drive into the economy. How much about sales and stuff. She happened to know numbers, and I was like, "You better go ahead, girl. You better go ahead," because she knew her stuff. And then she broke down the definition of ghetto to her in front of everybody, and said something about, "And I refuse to leave those people behind," because she wants her to raise the prices. She said, "I'm not changing my packaging and I'm not changing my prices because I don't want to leave those people out, the black, brown, and indigenous people." She said, "I don't want to leave them behind. So I'm sorry." She said, "Well, then if that's the problem, then no. I don't see it, Raymond. I don't see her as a good fit for this program." I said, wow. Wow. And that's what happens. Y'all know when they want to change, you want to cross over, get more sales. Who was that one who did hair and stuff? Was it Carol's daughter? And then they had her cross over to do this and do that and try to make it to reach out to people everywhere. I know that's cool and stuff, but don't be, her prices got so high that I couldn't even keep shopping in there anymore. I was like, I had to find other products for this hair. I used to use Carol's daughter a lot and I had to stop. I had to stop. Anyway, what else going on? Uh, and then, while she was out in the garden, we saw that Jack called Leah. Jack called Leah, and she's like, "I don't have time for this right now," and she ignored his call. So I was like, come on, y'all, what's going on with Jack and Leah? I thought that was an innocent little kiss or something, but something might be going on. Just like the same thing with little Miss Auntie Patrice. What's going on with Auntie Patrice? How is it that Teddy Franklin comes out there and catches her out on a beach or somewhere with a shovel and a map? What the hell, in the dark? You in the dark. It looked like. How you out there with a shovel and stuff? Who you digging up, a body? You killed the body because he kept saying she killed her husband or boyfriend or something like that and buried it in. And she's like, but you bought the all the land around it and all this stuff. And he was talking about, oh, because there was some this type of birds or something like that. I forgot what type of birds or something he said live in that area and they might mate and all. I said they had him doing all that talking like when he was on Scandal, when he talked about the dinosaur bones and all of that stuff, and he's supposed to be a scientist. I was like, you better go, Daddy Pope. Now I gotta call him Daddy Franklin. Oh, I could call him Teddy Franklin, but I was like, you better go home and break it down because he had that same mannerism, behavior, and stuff. I was loving it. I was loving it. So, um, uh, Angela, so he got out of the car. That whole thing with Auntie Patrice, he gets out of the car and he told her, he said, I forgot what it was. He said something to her on the lines of when he was going to use his power. Like he has the upper level now, and when it's time to use it, he gonna use it. So she better watch her back. And I was like, what? Why Auntie out there in the middle? I just that didn't make no sense. Anyway, let's go on. So then Angela, after when they leave the meeting, Patrice is like, I hope you didn't take it personal. I push all of the incubator applicants like that. She said, well, why would I take it personal? She said, I'm nothing to you, right? Right? She said, that's right. You're nothing to me. So you can't take it personal. She said, that's okay. And then she told her, happy Juneteenth, sis. She said she slipped in a happy Juneteenth slip, sis, and she was keying her car singing, oh, freedom, oh, freedom. Because usually when your car is getting keyed, you can hear, and she's like, oh, freedom over me. I said, oh my God, she gonna be pissed. Ain't nobody ever liked a keyed car, that's for sure. What else happened? I'm missing something. Uh, Angela talks on the gram. That's what I was saying to her followers, and she's asking them, should she change the packaging or not? Y'all let me know. Y'all have always been honest to me. Let me know what you think. And she's like, Leah is secretly watching as well, and she thinks she don't know it. Then Raymond goes in and he talks to his father-in-law about his business, and he talks about Leah and says how she's thirsty and stuff, and she got a little bit of work left to do. He said, and then he said, that brings me to my business, Dorman. And Papa Franklin, like, you know how he is. He's not, he said, why do women be marrying people like their fathers, but you ain't nothing like me? Nope, you ain't nothing like me. He said, I would have never gave away my business. I would have never did this or did that. He said, that must be the Q dog in me, He said, and I think Raymond is a nope for you. I guess he's a noob. So he's like, nope for you, but he just said noop. And I was like, damn, he is so good in his scenes. I'll tell you, I love him. Anyway, what else? We see a flashback of Leah as a child, and she and Rose, her mom, are getting out the roses and stuff and preparing, and Rose cuts herself, and starts bleeding and everything. And the doctors come in and they take her out. I was like, what? They take her out like straight jacket, take her out type of thing. And she's crying like, no, my mommy and stuff. And the father has her, he said, mommy's sick, she broken. And he told her to repeat, what was that? Weakness is powerlessness. Weakness, say it with me, baby. Weakness is powerlessness. Weakness is powerlessness. I said, why you got an 8-year-old, 9-year-old repeating it? That's why she's so driven now, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. What else happened? Leah goes to see her mama. And when she go to see her mama in the chair, and the mama just staring. Ain't saying nothing to her, just looking at her. And she wasn't even looking at her, just staring. And she was like, Mama, you want me to do your hair? And when she reached for the hair product, it was Angela's. It was Angela's bra. I said, Angela everywhere. I said, Angela, I need some of that, girl. I need some of that Eve's cream, She was like, dang, was she doing here to see my mama? So she goes to see her, and she told her, why are you going to see my mother? And she made up some damn story, like I wanted to find out about my mother since they was best friends or something like that. And all. She said, you went to see about my daddy and ask stuff about my daddy. Don't try to be playing it off. She said, yeah, you mean our daddy or something like that? Because I did a DNA test and you are my sister. How you did a DNA? How you run a DNA on me? Don't you worry. Don't you worry how I did it. But it is true. And she was like, Leah tries to say, okay, obviously you want something. She was like, what you want? Here, she pulls out her checkbook and start writing a number and gives her a check. And she let her know, I cannot be bought, baby. Sorry about that. I cannot be bought. And the check, and she tries to give it to Leah. And Leah cuts herself. Angela cuts herself and rubs the blood on the check and gives it to her. And she told her, and if our father sent you here, tell him he's a coward. He's a coward. He should have came himself. And so she's running out and she said, let me tell you something. Daddy's little princess is going to have to shed a crown. Oh, she was like, you are sick. Like she running out of there and everything. And Angela yelled to her, bye. You going to love having me for a sister. Bye. I was laughing. And she reminded her, I saw you on my page. I saw you on my gram. I know I wasn't. Yes, she was. I saw you, girl. Anyway, then we see Tyreek has installed some security cameras in Angela's house. And now we learn at the end that he installed those. He acted like he was doing it as a favor. But now Daddy, I was going to say Daddy Pope, Daddy Franklin got some kind of camera or something that he can see in her house. But to see, that's invasion of privacy because there's 3 women walking around in there. They could be half dressed, not dressed and stuff. And I'm looking at Tariq with disappointment. I guess it's disappointment. Don't y'all feel disappointment with him? How you going to do that for him and have him? Not even that. That's the girl you liking unless now he not really liking her or he was pretending to like her. No, but they act like they didn't know she was going to come. But Teddy did acknowledge that he knows that Tyreek has been spending time with her. So, and I'm like, really, Tyreek, you should not be giving him access to see whatever Angela's doing. So I think at that point he learns that's his daughter as well. Okay, that Tyreek learns that Angela is, I think, Teddy's daughter. I think he did say it. Anyway, so Angela goes to see Daddy Franklin and she lets him know I can't be bought. She takes that check and burns it up in there because Leah wouldn't take it while she was running out the door. She wouldn't take it. So she went and burned it up and she said, you should have come yourself and you owe me that much. What is your problem? And she tells him how he had closed the door as a little child, closed the door in her face and never looked back. And he failed to meet his obligations raising his child. He's a sorry, low trash like any other guy. And she was just tearing into him. And I wasn't mad at her. I wasn't mad at her because I married one of those two. Can't be mad. Still owe me child support. Just saying. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna hold my breath for it. Anyway, so he's like, sorry you feel that way, and his hand is shaking under the thing and stuff, and he doing all of that. So something's going on, and then he tries to hold her hands, and she pulls away after a minute or something like that, and he said, well, you here now. We need to find a way to manage things. Manage things? She said, what do you think I am? Manage things? I ain't no business deal, to you. And he said, no, never. No, you know your mother and all this stuff. Then they switch over to Nikki and Taylor on the beach and they partying and they drinking and stuff and having a good old time at the beach. And then she gets into a fight with people for Juneteenth because they were being ignorant about Juneteenth. This is Nikki. Mind you, she had gotten in trouble already last year about it. And somebody had posted the video from last year and she saw it. So I think she's upset about that. But when that video happened last year, it was because her grandmother had just died. And so she was missing her and she was just acting out, So they showed Tyreek and Angela and they're talking about his big dream. He has this big dream of creating a VIP skybox with lots of space and everything in this arena. And he's like, this will help him build his business and put him on top and stuff. And he said, like, I'm a big man in Eggerstown. Eggerstown is another part of Martha's Vineyard, Eggerstown. He said, but all around the rest of this island, he said, I'm just nothing. I'm nobody. I'm just the bodyguard's son, you know. And he said, the Franklins treat me like family, but I'm trying to get from out of the Franklins' shadow, which makes sense. I wouldn't want, a lot of people who are working or under people don't want to be in their shadow. So then Nikki is talking, Nikki and Taylor, she broke up the fight and they're talking, and she's telling her what happened the year before. And then Taylor admits that she was angry, and she mentioned how she messed up too as well, and she lied and said that Lauren pushed her off the boat. She said she was so drunk and stuff, and maybe even high, that she didn't even know what happened. She probably just fell off. And so Nikki tells her she still has time to apologize, you know, and make things right and tell the truth. She didn't think she did, but you could tell that, you know, Nikki's mature at some points. At some points with her advice that she gives and stuff. So that worked out really well. Then Leah is listening to her children eavesdropping out there at the door. You know, you parents do. And you listen to your children and they talking, and Raymond walks up and caught her, and he's like, shoot, last time I listened to the door, I heard that I was a this and a that. You know, because the kids talk about your parents. And so she tells him about her father cheating, and Leah's her half sister, and how she offered, and he's like, what does she want? She said, I don't know. I offered her money to leave and she didn't want to do it. And she said, I don't know. She's making, and he said, you know what? She's making you do something that you hate to do. And she said, what's that? He said, she's making you wait to see what's going to happen next. And I guess Leah's like, I gotta get stuff done. I gotta get something done around. She don't like waiting around and waiting for stuff to happen. She try to react, you know what I mean. Anyway, so it went off like that. But then that scene ended, and Daddy Franklin catches. Oh, I told you about Auntie Patrice. Nikki walks in late, high, and Angela is in the room, and she flips on the light, and she's like, huh? And she's like, are you high? You know, and she's like, they start getting into it, and Nikki runs out, you know, but she's reminding her, this is how you got into trouble last year, you know. And she said, what happened? Is this what happened? She saw the video and she watched it. She said they was calling Grandma Eve Black Skillet or something like that, talking about her skin and everything. So it upset her. And now this is when Angela realizes last year she was just missing her grandmother, and she didn't even put that together because she forgot how close they were, because her and Nikki didn't talk tight as much as Nikki and the grandma Eve did, you know. So she finally put it together, and she spoke to Auntie about it, Auntie Patrice. So that was nice, you know. But what else? Well, he had said, yeah, he said he had leverage over her, and when it suits him, he would use it. That was the line that I was trying to remember. I hope that's what I said before. Anyway, Angela tells Auntie she's going to sneak into the red and black on the green party because she ain't have no card. She ain't had no invite, but she wanted to talk to Teddy, her daddy, and she asks him to get into the incubator program, help her get into it and pull those strings for her. But he says, sorry, he can't because Leah runs that program. She oversees that whole thing. And then Lauren brought Nana Rose to the party, and Nana Rose was making a scene and acting crazy because she don't take her daggone medication and stuff. And so they was like, they came to get him. Daddy, Teddy, you gotta come. Grandma Nana Rose is acting up, you know. And it was a whole big scene. And here the funny part, Nana Rose wasn't listening to Leah. Leah's like, Mama this, Mommy this, Mommy. She wasn't listening to her. She saw Angela said, Leah, get over here. Leah, get over here. She said, wait a minute. What? She not Leah, I'm Leah. You ain't my daughter. She said, you ain't my damn daughter. Get out of here, pushed her. I was dying. I was like, I don't know why it was so funny to me. She said at least 3 times, you ain't my damn daughter, and pushed her. And I was like, oh no. Leah was pissed. And she said, I think she said, that is not your daughter. That is Daddy's bastard daughter, Angela, from that from his affair with Eve, the maid, and she said it in front of everybody because she got angry. Like her father said, she let her emotions get the best of her, and it blew up everything. So Angela was trying to get away, and she said, "You're not gonna get away that quick." So it comes back where it was too late. The gossip sites got all the information. They was gonna put it out there, and Angela is comes up with an idea because see, Leah's mad at her father. This is your fault. You couldn't keep your thing in your pants, and he's like, no, it's your fault because you couldn't keep your emotions inside. Anyway, so Angela comes up with an idea, and they go for it. They go for this idea. She present. They get up on the stage and they present as a united family and introduce her as the sister, half sister. But I guess that's when you get in front of the gossip. You got to get in front of it, so it's not like they coming up with it. You're gonna do it ahead. I guess that's what they tried to do, you know. So at this point, as she introduces her, Angela decides they holding hands, and he's looking at both his daughters, and she lets go of his hand and goes to the mic and decides to thank you for that lovely introduction, Leah. And I wanted to take this opportunity to share with everybody that they have allowed me to be. I'm sorry, because I ain't even mad at her for it. She said, they have uh, they have allowed me entrance into the Franklin Holdings Small Business Incubator Program. And I was like, they were all like, they showed Raymond, they showed Leah, they showed Teddy. Everybody's like, shoot, they even showed the kids rolling their eyes. At least that damn Lauren was. The son is just like really laid back and cool. You don't never see him. I don't think he had any lines other than emancipation this episode. He has nothing. So after she did that, she's like to Leah to hug her. They hugged and she whispers in her ear, I guess I am Franklin material after all. How sneaky is. I thought that was funny. Okay, I did. So, throughout the episode, we kept seeing Daddy Franklin's hand shaking and stuff. And what we learned is he has Parkinson's disease, right? And then they showed Teddy supposedly be concerned about Angela, and that's why he wants these cameras in there because she worked her way into his company, and he wants during that announcement, and he wants to make sure that's where it ends. So he said, I made a mistake in messing with the help. I said, I just saw that movie, The Help, again. I saw it. I hadn't seen it in a while. But he said, messing with the help. And Tariq took offense to that. He's like, excuse you, but half of my family was the help. He said, my dad was the help. He was insecure. Oh, no, son, I'm sorry. No offense to take out. No, nah, because that's why Tariq is trying to get from under him. That's why I'm pissed at Tariq for why you going to put them cameras up in Angela's apartment for him to see. Come on, he ruthless. Why would you do that? Anyhow, and it ended with, let's see, Angela is talking to he mentioned that he noticed that Angela's probably distracted him. So he knows that Tariq has been caught in Angela or whatever and distracted him from his work, and he's gonna allow him to pitch his VIP skybox to the board, and for being such a good person and helping him out all the time and stuff. So he was so happy about that. He said, thank you, sir. Shakes, and that's when the phone rings, and it's the doctor, and Tariq walks out, and it's the doctor, whatever his name was, Dr. Briscoe. He's telling Teddy that the tremors and the slurring that he's experiencing is Parkinson's. Then it ends with Leah and Lauren having a heart-to-heart talking about what's going on with Nana Rose and having to accept those new people as family. And she learns that Taylor dropped the charges on her, so she's happy about that. And that's because Nikki talked Taylor out of it and told Taylor she still had time to do the right thing, and that was wonderful. And then Angela and Nikki are talking as well, and Nikki mentions how she always wishing to know who her father was, and wondering if he was watching her on her gram and stuff. And and Angela says she wants Nikki to be the new face of Eve's Crown. Maybe they need a younger face. Usually companies do that, go with a younger look and stuff. And then she mentions to Angela, about the father thing, and Angela's like, dang. So what she does is all of a sudden we see her go to a prison, and this inmate sits in front of her. He looked like he real tall, and he said, "What the hell are you doing here, Angela?" And she said, "I think it's time for Nicole to meet her father." I said, "Damn, you holding secrets from that girl? That girl think it was a one night stand, and it wasn't." So okay, so that was it. That was the end, y'all, of my review and recap. So let me know what you thought. Let me know if I missed anything in there. And I will see you in the next video next week. It's gonna be a lot of stuff coming back, you know. So this your girl Barbie J saying peace.